living room. Welcome to the living room. Welcome to the living room. Where real conversations take place. Hello, hello, you far too kind. This a place where you could come to say what's on your mind. Come and spend some time. It's a family show. Place where we deal with reality. So real topics, what's poppin', no stopping. Just make sure you watching. This is a show for entrepreneurs and for those who clockin'. Black people, brown people, Af people, this culture. We're supposed to support one another, let love take over in the living room. It's the living room. Welcome to the living room. Welcome to the living room. Where real conversations take place. It's the living room.
All right, welcome back to the living room. We're here for another episode, another dialogue, deep dive conversation. Tonight I have some special guests, and guess what? All three of them are from the capital city of Maryland. That's right, I had to bring them straight from the capital. And listen, of course, it's your boy, it's the bishop. I'm back, you know all that, right? All right, so listen, while we're on Facebook Live and other social media platforms and YouTube and all that good stuff, I need you to press that like button when you hear something that you like. Press that heart when you hear something that you definitely love. And most of all, we want you to chat with us. We want you to be able to ask questions, put in your comments, because we're going to have a good conversation. We want you to be a part of that. And we're going to be able to answer some questions towards the end of our great conversation. And so tonight's subject is going to be about the world of black music, all right? The world of black music. And I have the right lineup here tonight to talk about it because, you know, I can sing, but they can sing. Okay, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. And I really can't sing, y'all. That's why they got me preaching. But before we get into our deep dive conversation, you got to give it up for I told you once, and I'm going to tell you again, you got to give it up for the best band in town. That's right here, the living room's very own living room band, and we'll be right back. The living room band right here, 952 Annapolis Road in Gambrels, Maryland. All right, so we're back. I have a great lineup. My conversation tonight is going to be with three musical artists, and they are doing it right here from the wonderful state of Maryland. And so my first guest that I would like to introduce, she was, again, born in the capital city of Maryland, rooted in a musical family. Her talents manifested as she started singing opposite of her she got twin brother, in various gospel groups in surrounding areas here. But at the age of 12, she started playing the piano, watch this, for several church choirs, starting at her home church in Galesville, Maryland. If you're watching in Galesville, you should be clapping and rooting and throwing something in the chat like, yeah, that's where I'm from, right? All right, my wife, by the way, is from Shady Side, so I know all about that South County stuff, right? All right, so developing a love for different genres of music in high school. This young lady, musical career really jump-started at Wesley College, where she performed at a wide range of events, while also participating in the college choir. Come on now, still saved while she was in college. All right, so, and contemporary ensemble. All right, gracing stages with her unique and eclectic style, singing original pieces or industry covers and mashups. She always finds a way to make the stage her own with her soulful sound. She is the legendary Davonne Danielle. All right, let's give it up for Miss Davonne. Welcome. Thank you for being in the house.
Read, Bishop.
Did we put it out there right? Okay, now, and my next guest, alongside with Davonne, again from the city. Look, Annapolis just, they're in the house, and Annapolis brought them up. You know what I mean? But he was born into a musically rich family, where he started just as a child. He was about yay big with some diapers on, running around the house and singing and playing drums, right? And he played drums for the legendary Stansbury Singers. I know you here in Maryland know all about the Stansbury Singers, right? With this group, he traveled all over the country ministering at local churches, large venues, and even on television. With his father, Alvin Stansbury, together created another family-based group called Remnant. Remnant is now known as the National Recording Artist Group, RAIN, all right, R-E-I-G-N, RAIN, in which this young man is the lead vocalist. He done went from the drums to go ahead and putting it down on tracks with the vocals, right? All right, and so he's opened up for several artists such as the Canton Spirituals, Pastor Jason Nelson, Ernest Pugh, and many more. I want you to put your hands together and give it up for my friend, David Stansbury is in the house. Welcome, Brother David. All right, AKA Denzel. That's what I heard. They calling him Denzel, right? All right, he's smooth with it, right? Okay, now he act like he quiet, but he really isn't. My next guest is born and raised in Annapolis, and I think my wife said she went to school with you, by the way. Started singing in church at the age of 6. I mean, the Lord just, at the age, this little small age there, they was doing it. Okay, with the Harmonizing Kings. All right, he was at the age of 6. He was harmonizing, putting it down, you know what I mean? What Take 6 ain't had nothing on. He was 6 years old. That's where they got it from, Take 6. They saw him and they wanted to take him at 6 years old. That's it. Harmonizing Kings from out of Annapolis. He opened for Brian McKnight, Levert, Boys to Men, SWV. Now he telling his age now. Well, all right. And just to name a few. Released self-titled EP in 2017 that sold on 6 continents. 2018 received 11 Grammy considerations. My goodness, who we got up here tonight. All right. 2021, platinum status. Featured on a song by Ronald L. Ward Jr. Now, we all know Ronald, right? What the World Needs Now. He's currently also working on some new music, and we can't anticipate what he's going to drop on us in the days to come. He is right here, back by popular demand, or really for the first time he's here, but we're going to get him back anyway. We're already setting it all up. Craig T. Dobson is in the house. Come on. All right. I got him here, y'all. I got him here, and we had to pull some strings to get these guys here. No. But listen, I wanted to talk about, in the midst of, we've had deep dive conversations, had a lot of different conversations on stuff like police reform, racism, just different things that's going on in our country. And we just had a recent incident, the case, with Chauvin case, where they were able to convict him for the murder of George Floyd, and even today is the anniversary of his death. And so to have you guys one thing that I realized, and this was so timely, is that no matter what's going on in the difficult struggles, and we've been, out for 100-year struggle, but music was the very thing that gave us that freedom, that gave us that strength, that gave us the boldness and the tenacity to pursue and to keep moving forward until we started seeing effective change. And that's why you guys are so instrumental, because for whatever reason, maybe I should have been born in Annapolis, but because but I didn't get the musical thing. The Lord dropped on me to be able to preach the gospel. Now let me back up, because I did rap now. I was a rapper, so God just converted to preaching. Come on, talk to me, right? All right, look, I'm selling myself short right here on the living room. I can't do that, right? Mellow T is in the house, all right, so, but music, the dynamics of music, what God has gifted you guys with, and especially deal with, I think it's music and what you guys are giving to the world that raises us up even above the circumstances and the stuff that we have to put up with as black people on a daily basis, and to see what happened in Louisiana with the state troopers and so forth, and for us to see that, to even try to visualize that and how it deeply hurts our hearts. And then we'll go back, and before you know it, we're hearing a song that's healing our heart and causing us to press through, so that the anger and the frustration that we may feel, that we can start balancing that out and still act mature in situations like that, is because of what you guys lay out for us and ministers to us and to our hearts. There are a lot of genres of music. Okay, so I want to talk to you guys about every genre possible. And I know we only have but a short minute. That hour goes fast. And but we're going to talk about different genres of music. So from what I'm hearing, Lady Davonne, is that you started in the church. Talk to me about it. How,
Well, it's kind of like I have the typical, I guess, R&B soul singer story. I grew up in church. It wasn't an option. So me and my brother, we would sing on the children's choir, and then I started playing the piano. Don't tell nobody. And then, it just evolved from there. I was really like in my own little shell, in my brother's shadow, really, because he was always the outspoken one. He would, be this tall, leading the songs on the, adult choir. So in my bio, it said, like, it wasn't until I got to college where I felt more comfortable going before people as myself.
Right. Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow, and that's good. And I love when I first heard, I was like, my goodness. Now, when we was in the cafe, and you came in with Kojo, and that was a couple of years back, and I was like, my goodness, who is this? And so you just been letting. Matter of fact, I got some pictures on my cell phone from that night when I was taking some pictures there. It might be a little video that I was taking with you guys, but thank you. But you're very gifted. The Lord blessed you, and it came straight from the church there. Now, so what I hear, a little bug told me that you still go to church, Now, if you don't feel like making it all the way down to Galesville, we're right here in Gambrils. You know what I mean? And you just
surely come visit.
Just let me know, and I'll make sure that Brother Dern sets you up so you can minister to our hearts here today.
Yes.
Now, Brother David and I actually had been on the set together, and what I mean by that is that we had something with the radio station. I forget the name of the radio station.
Me too. I did too.
Yeah, look, it was 104.1, I think it was. And they had like an entertainment night, and they had several different artists, but David, you and your group came and really blessed the entire audience that was there tonight. And so you got started when you was yay big, but your whole family are musical artists and musicians and things of that nature. So talk to us about your experience growing up and how music impacts your life.
Yeah, well, definitely. My family, like you say, was all musicians and singers. The church was my playground because my father was at rehearsal, so I had to, occupy myself. So, no ushers were there, thankfully, to, pull me up, but I was running around and that sort of thing. So I started off with the drums, You know, one day he just said, I told my dad I wanted a drum set. He didn't know I could play. I didn't know I could play, I guess. That was the Holy Spirit, I guess.
Right.
So just started playing drums and just evolved from there.
So when you started playing, like you picked up and this is kind of for both of you guys, so when you first touched that instrument, and it's like, did you feel clueless, or did it just start just coming to you? Did it take one night, or was it a development? How did this happen?
I think it felt natural, but when I go back and look at the videos, I'm glad I had the videos. I'm like, dang, they dealt with that. You know, I'm dragging the beat, you know.
Right.
So I got better, but, you know, it came naturally. It really did.
Oh, wow, wow.
I always used to play, I guess, air keys on like the pews. And then I got a little baby grand for Christmas one year. I was probably like 5 or so. And then I started taking lessons, but I didn't want to play that stuff. You know, the hot cross buns, and Mary had a little somebody. I wanted to play like, I don't know, some people watching may remember Pete Lewis was a great musician. He played for pretty much every church in Anne Arundel County and beyond.
Wow.
So he played at our church, and I always used to watch him. I looked up to him. I'm like, I want to play like him. So then I just started playing by ear and stuff because I wanted to play the churchy sound and stuff. So
Right.
it eventually evolved, but yeah, that's how it happened.
Man, that's awesome. Now, listen, Craig, you just came out the womb playing and singing and stuff, didn't you? So talk to me. I mean, what was your experience growing up, you know, with music, and how did you really get started there?
So Pop Dobson, God rest his soul, was one of the original members of the Unknown Four, who's my grandfather. And he and his 2 sons, Davonne and Larry, and his nephews, they started a group, the Harmonizing Kings. So as a child, like you said, I was born into it. My mother, you know, I was in my mother's womb going to church. And when I think I was about 3 when, if I was told correctly, I was in the living room and they were singing, I think they were singing Lean on Me for some sort of function. And I started singing, and everybody...
Lean on Me? How'd that go? Let me see.
Lean on me when you're not strong.
Come on now.
I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Something like that.
Because harmonizing for you had to harmonize.
All the brothers. You like that thing? I was trying to jump in, like, you know, like, where's my turn?
Yeah.
No, but
I can vaguely remember when I started singing, everybody stopped, and I thought I was in trouble.
right.
And before I knew it, I was okay with my grandfather and my uncle, and okay, this little teeny boy is singing with this group, and
right.
that's I was born into it, and like you, they had lost a drummer. And I was always beating on my mother's pots and pans. They got me a little drum set. And from the time I was 10 till I was 20, I played drums for the group. And then it was one day that one of the members was sick, and I sang his song. And then they had to get another drummer. It kind of went from there, like, no, you come on out here. And,
my goodness.
And Harmonizing Kings is my foundation. And like, you know, you better be on top of your note. Right. You better blend in the harmony. You better sing it right.
Right.
You better sing it right.
Absolutely.
Those proud.
Now, you know, your parents was there, and that, you know, and that's a blessing all in itself. Your fathers and so forth. So did you feel as though that they were protecting you and protecting your gift? Knowing, you know, what's out there and making sure that, you know.
It's really funny that you say that.
Right?
It's really funny that you say that. So being the type of people that we are, when you have something special, there are always going to be people who are coming along.
Right.
And, hey, man, I want you to do this for me. Hey, man, I want you to do that for me. Hey, can you lay this track for me? And I was a victim of that a few times.
Right.
And for me to sometimes want to jump out there and my parents being like, no, that's not good for you. And it's like, but Dad, come on, Dad, you just don't want me to use my gift? No, son, I'm telling you that's not good for you, but go ahead.
Wow.
And it took me going through it to be like, now see, right now your voice is somewhere and you can't even say it's your voice. So I think they tried to protect me, and once I had an experience like that, it was like, okay, I'm gonna get under my dad's arm, and I'm gonna listen. And my dad vocal trained me for a long time. You know, a lot of the techniques and things that I learned was from him, and who was a baritone and a tenor, but he had theory. You know, but yeah, it definitely was he and my mom, and my mother was Spitfire. You know, don't mess with none of her babies. She was Joan was something.
Right,
Joan
that's good. That's
was something. So
good.
they
That's
definitely
good.
protected
That's good. How about you, Davonne? As far as, you know, it seemed like, you know, your parents were there protecting you, and maybe even the church was something to make sure, you know, you have something special. We don't want anybody to molest that, if you will, and manipulate it and cause you to be out of the way or whatever. How did you have that experience?
My parents, for the most part, were encouraging because I guess me singing in the world didn't happen until later. So I was an adult at that time. So I could really make my own decisions and still use my own discretion with what I will do, what I won't do. And, you know, people try to make you feel bad, but, you know, you can't please everybody. You can't do everything. You can't just put yourself in every spot just because. Every opportunity is not a great opportunity. All exposure is not good exposure. So I just still use my own discretion and discernment, you know, where I put myself.
Right, that's good. That's good. David, I know your father was right there. So.
Yeah, I stuck with Dad for the most part. Still sticking with him now, and just knew to not, you know, put myself in anything that would shame my family or my father or my gift or the Lord. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with singing anything other than gospel, but, you know, just don't shame yourself and make yourself look bad.
Right, and there's a business aspect to all this when you become not just the church choir singer or whatever, but now you know, you're artists, and there's a business world out there, and so people don't understand the title, of course, is The World of Black Music, but we're talking about not just the entertainment aspect of it, but the world of business, and it's still difficult for African Americans, and even though, I mean, we look back in the 50s and so forth, in the 60s, and how they were really getting robbed blind, you know, and people was taking their music, you know, white folks were actually taking their music and singing it and making, you know, monies and.
Ain't got no money, Jack.
Right.
Do.
See what I'm saying? So, you know, and you kind of hit a little bit on it. What kind of experiences do you get in the business world aspect of this music thing, this music industry? Is it difficult, or do you have like some type of strategy to deal with the business aspect, the business world?
Me personally, it's a nasty business, you know. And people like me, I just like to sing. I like to write. I like to make music. So, you know, integrating the creative aspect with the business aspect is kind of, you know, I don't like it. You know, so having people in place to kind of do the talking for you, and having, because it's a ugly conversation to have as the artist. Right. You know, if you have to say, no, I will not do this for this amount. I need this amount. This is my fee. Are you going to pay it or not? You know, that's a nasty conversation to have. Well, I'm uncomfortable, you know, as the face of the art. So, yeah, I try to keep it separate, you know.
I say educate yourself, because, you know, gospel is no better. It's probably worse because you expect them, because a person's, you know, into gospel, you think they might, you know, be different, but you better educate yourself and try to protect yourself as much as possible.
That's right. Yeah. That's good. That's good. And I'm glad you said it. And there are some artists and aspiring artists that are watching, and so these experiences that you have is good, and for you to give out this good information for them, because we got to protect ourselves.
Right.
We got to watch,
Right.
educate ourselves
Right.
on the music industry. Brother Craig, you've been doing it. I see you open up for Vert and Boys the Men, SWV and everybody. So I know.
That's just the name of few.
Yeah, that's just the name of few.
Yeah, I mean, just a few, we know.
Right.
But so the group that I was in, we could have very well been international stars. Those people that we opened up for, those labels were interested in us. And I could even, I don't want to bash anybody because that's not my character, but there are some people who are still in the business who we were really close to, who I'm talking about are like large producers. Right. And the business part was for us to say no. We had an attorney who were invested in us. She could have very well just taken her retainer, taken the money that she needed, and went on, and we could have gotten taken advantage of. But she was like, no. She was like, you guys are good. You don't deserve that. And saying no, like she said, it took a long time for me to say no, because wanting to be accepted, okay, I'm going to put you in this place, I'm going to put you in that place, do this for me. Right. And there's been a few times where I've been in front of places, in the group that I was in. We've been in front of people, in front of places, but at the end of the night, it didn't pan out for us. Right. So learning to say no, learning to put something in writing. I have a contract in place, and it's now you got to be Hollywood. No, I'm business savvy. If we are going to make a business agreement, then our business has to be right. And part of that is learning to say no. You're not going to take advantage of me. My gift will make things fruitful for you, but it also has to be for me.
Right. That's good. So that business aspect really, can become a hardship if you don't educate yourself, if you don't learn how to deal, like you said, become a business savvy, because you already have the gift, and people will exploit that, and take advantage of you. And we have artists that need to realize that so whether it's from your church choir, or whether it's from the choir at school, and people see your potential and they're celebrating you, somebody's going to look out and say, oh, right. I can use this person to get what I want to get, without having a real understanding how everybody can be blessed behind it. You know what I mean? Right. So that's some good stuff. We got a couple of minutes, and because I'm anticipating, I'm waiting for this moment, but in just about 5 minutes, we're going to have Miss Lady Davonne. She's going to come and she's going to drop something on us, and so you don't want to go anywhere.
Don't go nowhere. Right,
and so if you're just joining us, we are here. I'm with Davonne, David, and Craig, the awesome capital city artists that we have here in the state of Maryland, and we're talking about the world of black music. So I got a question to ask you. One of the questions I wanted to ask you, how many of y'all watch American Idol?
I used to watch it.
I haven't watched it in a while.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
They had this guy on there. I don't know if you guys in the audience heard, but this guy's that's on there. His name is Willie Spence. And
I've seen some of his
YouTube something on YouTube. Yeah, and I'm like, wow, he's amazing, amazing talent, amazing gift. And he even talks about the hardship that he had, and how he was in Hollywood and had to go back home for his mom. His mom had got sickly and so forth, but now he's back, and he did a great job. But there are things out there now like American Idol, The Voice, and a couple of shows like that are out there. Did any of you ever think in your mind, look, I think I can go out there and I can do? Or what's the show with Kirk Franklin? What's the gospel one? Sunday Best.
Yes.
Did y'all think, you know what? I think I can go out there, and get myself out there. This is a good platform to do it.
Never thought for me.
Yeah, no. I don't like to compete.
Nah.
Yeah, I just like to connect.
Right. I never saw myself as a competition singer, like
Right,
what you saying, you
right.
know.
Yeah, so I'd rather go before people if I have the opportunity to, and hopefully I have the opportunity to connect with them if they can, feel something that I'm saying or doing. But as far as like saying, you are better than this person, you get to go, you get to go home. So I don't like that.
Right. No, and that's good. That's good.
For me, I did enter one of those shows. I actually, I was managed by someone who had gotten me before Star Search got canceled.
Star Search. Okay.
When
Hey,
Arsenio
Craig,
was
how
hosting.
old are you?
He said Star Search right up there.
I was in diapers when I was on Star Search. But I had actually made the next round.
Oh, wow.
I was going to be going to meet Arsenio, and then the show was canceled.
Oh, wow.
But it was for exposure because, like you, I mean, American Idol, The Voice were never things that I looked at for me because, like, if David and I are somewhere and someone comes and says, who's better, you or David? I'm like, look, first of all, you got to get away from us with that nonsense because my brother I'm going to encourage, he's going to encourage me. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that. So being a competition singer, that's not, it's room at the table for everyone because we all offer something different.
Right. That's good. That's good. Well, before we take our break, I do want to say, because as you were saying, as far as competition, because I have a question that's been all week that our audience want to make sure that we're going to talk about, and this is going to be for different genres. And we had a whole dialogue with some of my youngins here in church, and we were talking about different artists, back in the day, and we had a couple of male artists, and we were saying who was the best. Right. I'm gonna let you know who I thought was the best. We're gonna come back, but before we do any of that, all right, and you want to stay tuned because you want to hear who I think is the best singer of all times, right? All right, so, but before we do that, we have an amazing singer. She's already, you can just hear it in her voice even as she's talking.
Yes, she is.
She did it from being weaned up, all right? And, but she is here. She's going to bless us. It is, give it up. Put your hands together for Miss Davonne Danielle.
Come on, put them together.
Yes,
All right.
receive me as I come. All right, what's going on, y'all?
All right.
Everybody at home, everybody in here. Make some noise for good music.
All right, good music.
My name is Davonne Danielle. You can follow me everywhere at Davonne Danielle. Stream my music wherever you do that. I have a couple projects out for you to enjoy. I'm going to do a song called Brunch from my project Skin Tone Brown. And if you feel it, you can put your hand on it like I like that denim on you. Pick me up in the afternoon, and we can chill until Sunday morning. If that's cool with you, skip church and don't tell the preacher. You keep staring at me, Mona Lisa. You say my name so sweetly. Now my mama wanna meet you, and you're the perfect gentleman. You open doors so I can get in. You wanna be more than just friends, and I can get used to this. There's something so different about it. I wanna spend all my time around. When I'm home, I just think about you. I got that Jones for real. We're so casual, like we do this too often. A table for two, I'm getting chicken and waffles, baby. Yeah, doo-doo. I'm with my baby, we can do what we want to. Biscuits and gravy, have a brunch with my baby, yeah. Doo-doo. It's like ain't nobody else in the place right now. Just like you like it, and you're hanging on to every word I said right now. Just like I like it, I love it when you listen to me. You never take your eyes above me. This girl keep filling these glasses up with berries and champagne. Now I ain't rushing you, baby, but we can't stay here all day. But she's keeping them coming. Hey, we're so casual, like we do this too often. A table for two, I'm getting chicken and waffles, baby. Doo-doo. I'm with my baby, we can do what we want to. Biscuits and gravy, having brunch with my baby, yeah, yeah. Doo-doo. Ooh, oh, yeah. Ooh, oh, yeah. Ooh, oh, Doo-doo.
I love your music.
Doo-doo-doo. Thank y'all so much for listening. My name is Davonne. You can find that song streaming everywhere. You stream your music. It's called Brunch from Skin Tone Brown.
All right. All right, let's give it up for the sweet lady of soul, Lady Davonne. She did her thing right there, brunch. I feel like eating some chicken and waffle right now, sister. She did her thing. Did she do her thing?
Yes, sir.
Listen, thank you so much for blessing us, Davonne.
Absolutely.
And we're also going to have Davonne come back before we close out here. And our time is just getting away from us, man. And I don't know, my watch is broke or something's going on. But so there's a major question out here, and I know you guys don't like to compete, and you do your flow, and we don't compete with each other, but we may have our favorites out there, you know, that we like, and so we had a discussion not too long ago, and they broke out with 4 different male artists, and let me see if I can remember. One was Luther. Okay, all right, now I know we all, from the church, but we know about Luther, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Then we had Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? All
right.
Okay, and then we had, who else did we have? Al Green, okay, and then the last person was Teddy Pendergrass. Yeah. Okay, so we had to choose.
Wow.
Out of the top 4, well, actually, we put them in our order, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So I gave my order. People disagreed with me. But out of all of them, I was the one that lived back then.
Right.
Right. So here's my order, and now I'm going to ask you guys your order. If you now you got to give this is real conversation. I don't want to hear, they all
Right.
No, I want to hear 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
That's a hard one.
It's a hard one. It's a hard one. All right. So at the top, my top, this is my 4th. My number 1 was Teddy Pendergrass. Okay. All right. I ain't heard nobody beat Turn On the Lights.
True.
And light a candle. Okay, all right. And then it was a close one, but I went ahead and put Luther behind Teddy. But I love Marvin Gaye. And I put him 3rd. Okay, not in that way. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm talking about musically. Okay, all right, so see, we got the crazy ones in the house tonight. All right, so I got Teddy, I got Luther, I got Marvin, and then I got Al coming back. You know what I mean? He ain't never get over those grits being poured on his back. But that's a whole other story. All right, so but that was my fault, my 4. I think that, and let me kind of explain, and then because I want to give y'all explanation, your breakdown. So for me, now I'm not a musician or a singer and things like that, so I'm giving you from my receiving end, if you will, from from being entertained. And so for me growing up, when I'm hearing Teddy, shut the door, baby. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
And all that or whatever, it's like, okay, I know what I got to do, And so I can go, once in the club, when that song went in, I want to always say, right. Once we was in the club and Teddy saw, it was 7 digits was easy. Well, back then it was 7 digits, then they made it 10 digits. All right, so it was easy. That's how we felt. So back then, so Teddy kind of was for me, helped me in my, heathen days. Okay, and then, and Luther, he was there, but I just kind of thought that Luther didn't give me everything I needed like Teddy did when, for what I was, my objectives. Okay. See, I'm just trying to put it out there. Look, I'm just trying to, we being real, right? We're being real. Okay. He just said it was just a little bit more tender with it. Okay. And then when Marvin, if I just was a straight soul, smooth with it, I'm riding in our car, me and my boys, we may be smoking a little weed. Something like that, and then, we put some Marvin, because we're going to talk about our frustrations about being black and what we got to do. We want to empower ourselves. All that stuff is going on with Marvin. And then I just couldn't get with Al. This was just me. I just couldn't get with Al Green, you know what I mean? It's like he couldn't even make up his mind whether he wanted to be in the church or in the world. So I'm like, I can't get with Al. All right. So that was my 4. That's why I categorized them like that, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going, who want to start? You want ladies first?
Yeah, ladies first.
I got to keep going first. Let's see. Marvin Gaye is my mom's favorite, so by default, that's what I heard.
Okay.
Luther is also her favorite.
Oh.
All of these is like secondhand music that's kind of spilled over to me. So I would say Marvin, Luther, Al, Teddy.
Marvin, Luther, Al, and Teddy last. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Come on now. See, we already... That's why we sitting across from me all the way. No.
I know that's your guy.
Teddy last.
That's your guy.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. All right, see.
Yeah.
All right, so, I got you.
I was young. That was inappropriate.
I can see. Oh, God. All right, she was young.
Sure. Sure.
Right. Now, listen, we want you to put in your chat. You heard it. We said Teddy. We said Luther. We said Al Green. And who was the other person? Marvin Gaye. So put your 4 in the chat, and we want to see how you break it down, and maybe you will be just like me. You know what I mean? So all right, come on, David.
All right, I'm gonna say Al first.
Al.
I'm gonna say Al first. Al's the oldest, and he outlived them all for some reason, and he can give you the church, and he can give you the love making, and put it all together.
Well, he did that.
It's whatever. So I'm going to say Al, then I'm going to say Teddy.
Okay.
I like Teddy. He was able to do it even when he couldn't do it like he used to do it.
Right.
He rode out there in the wheelchair and did it.
He did.
Couldn't move and still did his thing.
Right.
Then we had, who else we had? We had Marvin and we had Luther, right? So after that, Luther, and I'm going to put Marvin on number 4.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you put Marvin last, okay?
Yeah, I did.
All right. Al first?
Yeah, I'm going to just go ahead because y'all didn't expect that. You know what I mean? Y'all expect the Al be down the line. So yeah,
right, yeah, that's what I was thinking myself. But all right, okay. Now Craig was back there with me. Okay, so he ain't gonna leave me hanging. Me and Craig was back in the day. We was back in the day.
Right.
That's right. That's right. So for me, Luther's verse. The first time I heard A House Is Not a Home, I said, and I saw him perform live, I said, that is what I'm going to do.
How did he do it? I know you get that.
He said, doom, 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 doom.
Ladies go wild.
Doom, 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 doom. Doom, doom, doom. Won't have enough time, but that's how he did it, right? Doom, doom, doom. He, the first time I saw that live, I was like, that is what I want to do.
Oh, wow.
And I would see people fall out. I mean, and it was like, wow. And then, he enhanced my little mixtapes.
See, look.
For my heathenism that you talked about. So it's Luther first for me. The second one for me, by default, because he's from our area and he was conscious, it was Marvin for me. And anyone who has ever been to one of my performances, when you see me do Let's Get It On, you'll understand why I'm a fan of Marvin.
Okay.
And I mix it with some new school too.
Okay,
So,
all right,
I'm
we
gonna
got
have
to
to-
get that.
Yeah.
We're going to have to get when we get you back here, we're going to have to get that.
Yes, sir. The third for me is Teddy. Now, Teddy would be number one for me in performance because I've never seen anybody grab a stage like that.
Right.
It just, you know, but yeah, so Luther, Marvin, Teddy, and then Al. Now, I'm a fan of Al Green because, you know, that's what my dad, you know, my dad listened to.
Okay.
I probably heard Love and Happiness about 10,000 times.
Right.
And then, you know, one time I was performing and somebody requested it and we sang it and it was just a good time. So Luther, Marvin, Teddy, Al for Craig.
Wow. Okay, you had it. You got it. You got it. It's documented. It's recorded right here on the living room. I got Annapolis' very own, Annapolis finest in the house, and they broke down the four that we gave them. Now we do have some. We never did get to our. We had such a heated debate. We never did get to our women artists, and there are a lot of women out there as well. But just tell me if you can. I know there's a lot of artists that you love and that you like, and but if you just had to pick one person, one singer that you feel would be your favorite. Now, I know it's a whole list, but if you can just say, you know what, if this is my favorite, who would it be?
Stevie Wonder.
Oh, man, he said Stevie. That's a good one. Stevie Wonder. Wow, that's a good one. I like that. We should have had Stevie in that 4 or 5 lineup
Yeah,
right
that would be
there.
I knew he was gonna be in there because that would have been my choice, Steve.
Yes.
It's
Wow, that was a
not
good one.
anything like that.
Yeah,
Ever.
we can go home with Stevie. That's a good one. You gonna hit some Stevie? No. All right, so
Favorite artist? That's hard.
it is.
That is very, very hard. Let's go with. Okay, can I do one old school, one new
No,
school?
you cheating now. Okay.
One old school, one new school. Okay.
Okay.
Just made my own rules. Aretha,
Okay.
she's all-encompassing. Gospel, musicianship, producer, writer,
Wow.
performer, gospel soul, and Erykah Badu.
Okay, Erykah Badu. Okay, all right. Aretha and Erykah Badu. All right, you heard it right here. The lady of soul, right here, told us Erykah Badu and Aretha.
I want to talk about my favorite ladies.
Yeah, let's talk about
It's
the
two
ladies.
of them. It's two
Yeah.
of them. It's so she said Aretha and Patty. I mean that goes without saying. But Anita Baker. The first time I heard Angel, I lost my mind. Anita Baker,
She was.
Layla Hathaway, and Faith Evans. That's it for me. I can put any of their CDs on play and get to where I need to get to.
Okay.
Those are good ones.
Okay. All right, so you got your lineup for your road trip, huh? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, listen, everybody, you know, they're all great, and I love them all too. They're my favorites. But we got some on the gospel side too
Come,
that can
talk to 'em.
crush too. So, you know, we can't forget Yolanda Adams. She can
That's-
just about sing anything.
Definitely.
So she was one of my favorites
Right.
on the gospel
That's
side.
good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Can't forget about all the Clark sisters, all 4 of them. You know,
Right.
and there's nothing like when they
Did
on
you
the
watch the
stage.
show?
Oh,
that
yeah.
was on TV with the Clark sisters, the movie?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
did too.
There's nothing like when they are all 4 on the stage together.
Right.
That's magic. Right.
Yeah,
Try to start stuff.
Look at that. All right, so you heard it right here. So we got a Yolanda Adams, and we got from Yolanda Adams to Erykah Badu, Aretha Franklin. I mean, we're getting them all. I mean, Stevie, and
DeWine is in commission. I mean,
the wine
nothing
is
like 'em.
Commission. Okay.
Whitney, definitely Whitney Houston, yes.
Somebody said Whitney Houston.
Yeah, how y'all leave
Absolutely.
Yeah.
me out?
Can't leave Whitney out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay.
You right.
You said Tina Marie. I mean, he talking Rick James and Tina Marie. No, I'm Rick.
I mean, none of y'all say Mahalia Jackson. I mean, come on, you guys. I mean,
Well,
Y'all ain't getting
Mahalia
the
paved a
Jackson
good
up.
way. Mahalia paved a good way,
she did.
and I watched her movie too
Yeah.
that was on with Mahalia, and there's just things I didn't know, and I like when I was watching some of the history. I just love the way that they pierced through all of the difficulties that they had to, go through. And listen, Jamie Foxx played Ray Charles
Yes, he did.
Flawlessly.
flawlessly. That was good. I mean, I really thought at one time, you forgot it was Jamie Foxx.
did
He the Ray Charles thing. Whatever. You know what I mean? He really did it in the voice and everything. So I was like, wow. But it gave you good history.
Yeah.
For us who didn't know those aspects of what goes on in the music industry and what they had to do and how they paved the way for others.
Yeah.
That's a great thing. But I'm gonna go with you on the Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
I gotta go with Stevie. That's my favorite artist. Y'all didn't know that, did you? Okay. In the secular, I told you I won't save all the time. Stevie knows some church stuff too. Now don't get him wrong. Now West Angeles Church of God in
He
Christ.
sang "I Won't Complain." Killed it. Did you see that?
I didn't see it. I might have to go on YouTube.
Stevie singing "I Won't Complain."
Everybody need to watch Stevie singing "I Won't Complain." All right,
Yes,
you heard it right here. Craig T. Dobson told us go see Stevie singing "I Won't Complain." But I love, of course, I'm in the in the church, been saved for a good while now.
Yeah, right. Look, you
They
need all
love
that.
that part, though.
You need all of it. When you try and turn down those lights, you can't play every praise.
Right.
Turn down
Right,
the
you
lights,
need-
you got
right.
the candle, every
Right.
praise, just
Every-
blew it.
right.
You just
right.
blew it.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. Real talk right here, because
Blew it.
look, we saved, but we also married. See what I'm saying? I'm married, so I can't play every praise
You can't play every praise.
all the time.
You gotta play your boy Teddy.
See, I
I've
might
been
throw
so
some.
many places. You need to put that on.
Hey, trust me.
He said,
Trust me. You know what I mean? So I done lit a few candles, Teddy. Turned the light off. No, I just playing. All right. Okay. All right. So, but I've been happily married for 28 years. So the Lord blessed me with a beautiful wife, and she's always there by my side, not behind me, but by my side, doing great things in ministry together. And it takes fun times like this, and we can talk about whether we make all the secular music or whatever. We wake up with gospel and things of that nature or whatever. But gospel really gave birth to a lot of the music. Am I right?Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me. Talk to me.
Absolutely.
So so we never. That's the root of it all for us. It came from the old Negro spirituals. And code singing, if you will. During the time of slavery. Y'all know more than me about this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. All my songs feel a little bit like church. Like the song I just did, you heard the organ in there. Like all of it got a little,
Right.
boom tick.
And what I want to say to church folks, because when I first got saved, I didn't want to listen to nothing else but gospel. Okay, now don't get me wrong, I still listen to a whole lot of 99% of the time. But every now and then, when every secular music, and this is just my opinion, isn't bad. That's just my opinion. Okay, we have different people have, and what I mean by that, what Lady Davonne was singing about brunch, and just hey, you and your, if it's me and my lady or whatever, hey, let's go to get some chicken and waffle or whatever. Playing. I might want to slide a little Davonne CD or whatever up in there. So
Indeed.
so everything, and even I like how T.D. Jakes had made some music, like songs like "You Are My Ministry," and even though it had good choice Christian words and things like that, but if you look at it, it wasn't just about church. You know what I mean? It was about husband and wife ministering to one another, things of that nature. So, so that's just my take on it. And then every church and every Christian is different in their perspective, and we value that. And so, but I'm just saying, but there are some music. for instance, you know, you got children music. Oh, we ain't not gonna play the children music because it ain't say, you know,
Right.
it ain't say. But so when we say terms of secular,
Right.
all secular music, you can't just say, I just want my child
Right.
to you know, he can't listen to Barney music.
Right.
Kind of thing. It's like, come on, y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We kind of go over the edge with some stuff,
Right.
but you know,
Right.
here and there. But
I mean, I did an R&B project, and it's, you know, it's no filth. I mean, you know, my title track, my first single, Everything Is Gonna Be All Right. It's talking about when you and your significant other are going through, just trust each other. It's gonna be all right. It's
Right.
a love song, but you know, it's a message.
right.
You know, one more song I have called Incredible. It's about a woman being with child. After she has that baby, you know, I can tell your clothes are getting bigger. I know you hate your figure, but to me, you're still beautiful. So it's a message. It's a message. So
That's good.
it's all not bad.
So,
No.
And you hit right on, I think, the whole key as far as when we say what music is like derogatory, whatever, it's in the message. It's in that message.
Absolutely.
You know, and if you sending a bad message out and, you know, and I don't want to pick on hip hop or nothing like that or whatever, but if you talking bees and all kinds of things like that, that's the wrong message.
Right.
See what I'm saying? I'm like, I can't, you know, I got a red flag stuff when it comes to that or whatever. But there's still some music that may not be church music that's not sending bad messages out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you said, you know, you were able to share, you know, try to bring healing to minister to somebody that may not listen to gospel music, but you're ministering to that young lady who just had a baby and so forth and trying to have a little low self-esteem, but you're saying, no, you're beautiful, you know, and you can bounce back and things of that nature. So
Right.
that's the kind of stuff that I'm kind of referring to. So,
Yeah.
so we got a couple more minutes left, and you know, so I don't want to run my mouth all you know all this time. So, what are you guys working on? If you're working on new projects, if you got some product that's out here, I want you to be able to tell our viewing audience what's going on now. COVID is, you know, they're lightening the restrictions, and you know we're getting back to events, and maybe somebody may want to book you and things of that nature. Are you ready to be booked and do your thing? So talk to us, each one of y'all, kind of help us give a little plug in. All right, so we got about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna have Lady Davonne come back and close us out with a powerful song. Okay, so ladies first.
So over the pandemic, I took the opportunity and downtime and still time to write some new music and release new music. So I have a project called Skin Tone Brown out, streaming everywhere. And I also doubled back on my birthday in March and put out another project called Esterone. It's just a three-track EP, also streaming everywhere. I have a couple events coming up. One Juneteenth in Baltimore. I'll be there performing live, and then later on in the summer, Annapolis LOC puts on the Family Day festival, so I'll be there, and I'm sure some dates will pop up in between, but everybody can follow me at Davonne Danielle and stay up on everything that's going on.
Awesome. At Davonne, said it again.
At Davonne Danielle, it's DAVONNE
All right.
Yep.
Brother
So,
Dave.
Rain, you can check us out. We have, you know, Instagram, Facebook, Rain Music Group. You can also check. We have an app as well. You can go on your phone, whatever.
Fancy.
Check out REIGN Rain. Download the app so you can keep in contact with us. Our upcoming dates. We got blogs on there. We'll have some conversations, different videos and stuff. We're looking to record a video next month on a song that we recorded previously. We haven't put it out though, so we're putting a video out.
Okay.
So look out for that. We'll probably be out there with Davonne at Family Day.
Okay.
And yeah, we're just gonna keep it moving.
Awesome. Good. Brother Craig, come on.
So June 19th, I'll be performing at Juneteenth.
Okay.
And I will also be following my family at Family Day. They called me up and asked me if I was available, and I am. I'm working on new music, current music, still streaming everywhere. And I made sure I brought a copy so that so that when you need to turn those lights down.
Oh, look.
You know, again,
Okay.
and I have some more stuff coming this summer, but the one thing that I'll have coming soon is the app. You can, everything is Craig T. Dobson, Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter it's R&B, it's R&B Soul Boy, something like that. But it's Craig D. If you put Craig T. Dobson in, it'll come up.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So you got their information, and I'm not sure if they're putting that in the chat. Hopefully there are. I don't know if people, Brother Christian, did we have people on the chat that were telling us who they liked and their favorite artists and things of that nature? Did we have somebody, just throw somebody's name out there, an artist that maybe we missed or something? Sade, all right.
Mm-hmm. Can't go wrong with that.
Somebody said Jennifer Hudson. Okay. Who? Beyonce. Oh. No.
Oh. You better stop for the hive come get you.
I'm just like,
Man.
see what I'm saying? All right. Listen, we done had a wonderful show tonight. Wonderful time talking and conversing. The hour has just flew by us too quickly here, and we just got started. We could. It's so many things about the world of black music, and we just really touched the surface. But we appreciate you stopping in on us, dropping in on the living room, hearing some of the things that we got to say. Listen, make sure that you let music minister to you. Like I said, the root of it all came from the Lord, came from the gospel. Okay, never forget your roots. Never forget the gospel. We want you to get back to the gospel, and most of all, get back to the Lord. Okay, all right. If you're with the Lord, stay with Him. And then let the Lord minister to you and direct your path and whatever your future may be there. Always put it in the Lord's hand. Listen, we have saved this moment, okay? Before we get up out of here, we saved this moment to have our dear sister come back and give us some of that soul sister flow that she has, the lady, the princess herself of soul. Give it up one more time for Davonne Danielle. Yes.
This last song I'm going to do is called One Little Piece. It is also featured on the project Skin Tone Brown. It's one of my favorites from that project. I hope I still know how to love when you're done with me. I hope I still have enough, gave you everything. You say you want this to work, I really do too, but I can't do all the work. What you plan to do, boy, I need someone to love me up. Yeah. Can you spell one little piece of your love? I just need one little piece of your heart. Now I don't know why I love you so much that I'll settle for just a piece of your love. Sometimes you treat me real nice, others just ain't right. I want you every night, so come on, I just need someone to love me up. just need one little piece of your heart. Hey. Ooh, one little piece at a time until you're mine. Oh, mine. One little piece at a, one little piece at a, one little piece at a time. Oh, mine. Thank y'all so much for listening. My name is Davonne DeMille. Please follow me everywhere at Davonne DeMille and stream my music wherever you'd like to do that. Thank you so much.
All right, all right. We're going to give it up one more time for the lovely Davonne DeMille. All right. My little final words for you here tonight on the living room where real conversations take place. I have been enjoying myself with Lady Davonne, with Brother David Stansbury and Rain, and my boy Craig T. Dobson. All right, we've been having a good, healthy, wholesome conversation about the world of black music. I gotta have them back because it was like an intro, really. Okay, so we gotta pick up this and have like a part 2 conversation on this. And maybe next time I'll have a longer show, and what I'm gonna do is I might have all 3 of them get up here and do something. And they were harmonizing. If you missed it, you need to go back. You need to tag a friend because I had them up here harmonizing on Lean On Me and everything, right? All right, but before we go, you got the contact information. Make sure that you support our black artists, our local artists that's here. They have some new music. Also, Craig has some new music coming out. He's working on something real good, especially for you. And so make sure that you monitor that. We have an app. Okay, Rain, David has an app. So you can go ahead and download that app so you can keep pace with Rain and see what's going on. And then you can always book Davonne. She's hanging around. What I want to say, too, before I close out is that Davonne is actually on our living room theme song there with Kojo rapping. Yeah, and it's fire. Somebody just said it's fire, all right? Okay, and so she's here and helping us. And so I'm blessed automatically because Davonne helped me. And then it was like, wow. You know what I mean? I'm just like, lights in my face, and I was just frozen. No, just playing. All right, thank you so much for watching The Living Room. We'll see you back next week. Enjoy your Memorial Day, and we're going to hit you right back on Tuesday for your recovery from your vacation. All right, God bless you. Have a safe and wonderful night.
Welcome to the living room. Welcome to the living room. Real conversations take place. Dear listeners, viewers, supporters, fans, friends, or family of the show, we are honored to have you here to share your time, your thoughts, and experiences with us. This was created to be a safe but truthful space, and with truth comes light, in the living room.
Welcome to
the living room. Welcome to the living room. Welcome to the living room. Where real conversations take place. It's the living room. It's the living room. Welcome to the living room.